Now, as said in the previous video, there are two keys to understanding CSS. The first one is you should imagine an invisible box around every HTML element. So for example, if you have a p tag, okay, let me show you a p tag here. Okay, I have, say, a paragraph tag. Okay, and in this one, I have some text out here. Okay, I have some text out here, and then I'm closing the p tag. What you should think of is p tag is actually a box with these things that you have written out here inside the box. Okay, and there are other boxes around it. So there is a margin, there's a border, so there's a padding, margin, and a border. Let me show you this. Okay, let's go to this example. Yeah, the code may look a little complex, but I'll just run it, and we want the result here. Okay, now you can see that I have an HTML page. Let me show you the developer tools. I go and click on, right click and select inspect element. I select that. Now let me check this. So you see that currently I have selected this H1 here, right? So this H1 is selected, and look at this box here. So we don't see a box here in the code, right? I mean, when it's displayed on the browser, you don't see the box, but it is there. Let me mouse over it. See, this is the box. You can compare that here it is blue in color, and then you have the green color padding, which is 12 pixel, and there is no border, and there's a margin of 21 pixel. And that happens for every element. For everything, there's a box around it, okay? So it will be helpful when you can, if you can see that invisible box, imagine it. The second rule is, the second key is you have to understand CSS. Remember that there are block elements and inline elements. This is HTML, not much about CSS. There's much about an HTML. So block elements are one which will always start in a new line. So when you write H1 and then write an H2 or P or a div, they will all take a new line. Okay, but instead, if you use things like span, let me show you this. If you have H1, it takes one line, H2 is another line. They don't start here. They don't start in the same row. Div starts in a new row. Okay, but if you take something like span, so if you have, say, P, and you have written something inside P, and then you have span, okay, and then you write something in span, close your span, and then close your P. That means this P, which is in new line in the browser, will have span in the same line. Okay, this will be what your span text is. This is what we mean by saying that block and inline elements. So span, image, bold, italics, these are all inline elements. Okay. In the next video, we are going to talk about the 3 ways you can introduce, rather inject your CSS into your HTML. Okay. Now we are getting into the real meat of CSS. See you there in the next video.